we always bring the colors that the piano cannot bring, and we would never say it's better than the original version, but it's always different, and it's always we always want it to be on the highest level of performance, so that it's something new and it's something that brings people to think, oh, it could sound this way. Okay, oh, that's interesting.
Hey, wonderful! It's so wonderful to talk to you. Are you in?
It's a pleasure for us as well.
That's great. Are you in Poland?
Yes, we are now in Poland, in Warsaw.
Yeah.
We are now in Warsaw, Poland. So yes, that's where we are based. Yeah. And that's also the city where we were both born.
Oh, okay. So that's where you started your lives and also started your careers.
Yes.
That's great. And may I ask how you met?
We've met at the Friedrichshafen University of Music, where we studied, where we both studied, and it was like 10 years ago, I think.
2010, I think, or 2011, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. So, and have you always then played together?
No. When was the first year we started playing together? Well, when was it?
It was 2013.
2013 yeah. Probably was the first time we actually played the first notes together. So yeah, so we are playing right now since 9 years.
That's wonderful. And I see you have a new album out as well. So
sorry,
a new album.
A new album.
New album. Yeah. We have a new album that contains pieces by Polish composer Marcin Błażewicz, who sadly passed away last year. And the CD is very exciting because it's got a double concerto for violin, accordion, and orchestra, which is one of the first pieces of its kind in the worldwide literature. First recorded on a CD. It's a premiere recording of this wonderful concerto, which was written and dedicated to our duo in 2016.
Yes, and it also contains the violin and accordion sonata.
Also by Marcin Błażewicz,
yes, of course. Night Full of Sins, and it's a 3-movement.
Yes, it's a 3-movement sonata from 2019, probably. Yeah, and it was more like a gift from the composer for our duo to make up the whole upcoming album.
But isn't that wonderful? That and how did this come about? Is it a friend of yours, or how did he? Why did he write this for you?
It was, I think, his kind of his inspiration, because he was looking for new sound possibilities within his musical language, which is quite classical, we could say, but it's classical because that's the way he chose it to be. And he had all the possibilities, all the knowledge, all the professionalism to write a concerto like that for violin, accordion, and orchestra, which in our accordion literature we haven't had such a piece that sounds. It's resemblant of the pieces from the, I think, early 20th century, and I think this is a kind of contemporary music which is not always so valued like it should be, because it requires lots of inspiration, lots of new thoughts, lots of distancing yourself from what is actually how to say this is that is more popular if we can say that something is popular among modern music, which is such a small environment. So what I'm trying to say is that it is not so, I'm looking for a word, not so avant-garde, right? It's not avant-garde, but that's the way it was supposed to be, and that's the way I think not many composers nowadays would be able to write a piece like that.
But now, when you say that it's new, is it the new sound? Is it something that people are not expecting from the accordion, for example?
I think it is a more classical. It's of course it's a more classical piece, but it doesn't contain any sound effects that weren't there. But because that was not the aim in this music. The aim is not to to present some sound effect that is new, because I don't feel we really need that anymore, because it's and Marcin Błażewicz has had the idea this new idea of taking advantage of an accordion, which is a relatively new instrument. We don't have accordion in music from the early 20th century, from the 50s. We have the accordion in classical music from the 70s, from the 80s of the 20th century. So he treated accordion like an instrument, like a piano, or like in a combination with a violin, in a concept like Brahms did with his concertos, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think was the aim of using accordion in this particular piece.
Yes, but I think that also the sound of violin and accordion combined together is very surprising, and that's the new thing. That's
a new way that hasn't been there before.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was also, I've spoken to an accordionist here in Vienna, and I actually went to a concert that they did, but it was very contemporary, based and so on. And then I've also spoken to a baritone, and he also used an accordion with a leader that he had a program. And I'm so surprised always at how much I actually love the sound of the accordion in those settings, in the more classical settings, because you're used to hearing accordion for sort of folk and in that type of music, but it's so beautiful when you hear it played classically, or in more in a classical genre.
Yes, that's actually a big advantage of the accordion, that you can play, if you can play it properly, which is not that easy, not that common. You can play any kind of music you want, and it will sound, provided you have the knowledge you should gain. You can play the Baroque music, you can play the classical, you can play every era and every genre, and it will always be exciting for the audience, because it will be something new probably, or something that you don't hear so often. So that's always a big advantage of an accordion. And we in our program we have music spanning from the Baroque to the contemporary, and we do it because we love it. We when we compose our programs, then we always pick something from Baroque. Something, most of the time we pick something from the past era, something from the contemporary, because then the recital is really full of colors and full of different things, and everyone can find hopefully something interesting for them in a recital like that.
And Karolina, do you have to change the way you play violin to adapt to playing with the accordion?
Of course, it's a bit different than playing with a piano. The sound of the accordion is quite similar to the violin sound, and that's also sometimes very. I had to adjust the intonation a bit.
The tuning.
So that was the maybe the most difficult thing, but I have to say that accordion and violin, those two instruments, have really a lot of things in common.
Yeah, I think the bow, the thing that you can keep your note as long as you want. Of course, you have to change your bow at some place, and you have to change your bellow in some place. So it's not
we also can do a crescendo and diminuendo during one
note. So that's the thing you cannot do on the piano. And you cannot do it on an organ, which can sustain the sound for a long period of time, as long as the player wants. So because of this. Of these things that we have in common in our instruments, it's very exciting, for example, to play Baroque music, where we can, in Bach's Goldberg variations, we can treat the piece like the version for the string trio that is very well known, where I play like the cello part in my left hand, and
Viola.
and the viola part in the right hand, yes. And Karolina plays the violin part, and the sounds mixed together really very well because of the fact that we can treat all the motives in the same way because of the possibilities in the articulation and in the sound. Yeah.
So do you have to make the arrangements yourself?
Yes, actually, Iwo usually.
Yeah, I usually make them because Karolina has in this particular field she has an easier way of preparing new pieces, because usually her voice is already there, like from a violin sonata or from some arrangement, like from Ravel's Pavan, which we also perform, which was either performed on a piano or in an orchestra. So she has her part, of course, but then the other parts I have to arrange myself, with aid from piano transcriptions most of the time. So that's how we do our arrangements. And every time we do an arrangement, we have a feeling that we are bringing something new, some new color to a piece that everyone knows, or most of the people know very well. And that's the thing I hope we will be able to bring to be bringing to classical music for years to come.
Yeah, well, I think it's such a great combination that you say, because you pair it so good together. You know that it is probably a nice way to introduce it in the accordion in that way.
This is what was my main goal while I was taking up chamber ensembles, because I felt that's. This is the best way if I want to put accordion on a more classical stage. If I combine it with an instrument that has much longer history, that has pieces dedicated to it. So in this case, any transcription would not be something so shocking, because it will still be a piece like a violin sonata. It would still be a violin sonata. It would just have a different kind of an accompaniment. And in our cases, most of the accompaniments, we want them to sound like that, and the people after concert, they tell us that they hear it this way, that it sounds more orchestral on an accordion. So it's more like, if I would accompany Karolina in a violin concerto, it would sound more like an orchestra, which we did, by the way, once with a Mozart concerto. It sounded more like an orchestra than the piano, right?
Really?
So when we arranged Handel sonatas,
or even Frank
sonatas, yes, we always bring the colors that the piano cannot bring, and we would never say if it's better than the original version, but it's always different, and it's always we always want it to be on the highest level of performance, so that it's something new and it's something that brings people to think, oh, it could sound this way. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this sounds more like with a flute. Oh, this sounds more like with a double bass in an orchestra. So that's the things we are looking for while arranging the piece.
So are you set on doing different classical works, or do you put a little spin on it that it's more sort of how can I say, like popular music, like, do you cross over to that side as well, or do you stay to the classical?
We have one piece written for our duo by young Polish composer Wojciech Kostrzewa, and the piece is called The Hollywood Fantasy, and it maintains themes from film music, like from the Pink Panther, Casablanca.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Harry Potter and all the stuff. Yeah, actually all the stuff from the 40s to contemporary. So there are, I think, like 18 movies depicted in this long concert piece. Yeah, because it is still in a genre of, let's say, classical music, because it's still a concert piece, concert fantasy. So it's really demanding for the violin and for the accordionist. yeah, but let's say it's a kind of a crossover. I think we could describe it this way. We hope to have it recorded maybe in the near future. I hope.
And we also played it with orchestra.
In an arrangement with an orchestra. Yeah.
I would love to hear that. Yeah. But because you're doing really new stuff. I mean, I say new stuff. You're doing the combination that you are doing is really something different, and I was wondering how far you go with that. You know, how far do you do you go with?
I think the furthest point where we go is the point where we still feel it's ours.
Oh, okay.
But so probably the Hollywood fantasy is close to that point where we still feel that we are doing classical music, because we treat the good film music, we treat like modern classical, I think, because I'm not the kind of even though we have very academic backgrounds, I don't feel like the only contemporary music that we consider like real contemporary music is the avant-garde part where you have more of the sound experiments going on, which are of course fascinating, and we love taking part in these concerts. We love being in the audience. It's in such concerts. We have taken part in Warsaw Autumn, one of the most famous and most important contemporary music festivals in the world. However, we do not treat this kind of contemporary music as the only one that when we think what will be, let's say 100 years from now, what will be treated as classical music from our times, I think there will be both the avant-garde and both John Williams. That's my thinking. That's our thinking. That's why we wanted to do this Hollywood fantasy, and yeah. So every time we want to do something new, we also have a wide horizon of our ideas, and but the most important thing is for all this music to be really spot on, really good, and well performed.
Yeah. So you want to make lasting music, basically. You know, music.
Basically, yes.
That can be
and music that we enjoy at the same time. Right?
But now, are there composers whose music is just not possible for you? Have you found something where you just discovered, you know, there's no way I can arrange this for accordion or for this combination?
From the music that we really wanted to play, I don't think we ever found anything.
Really?
Because we haven't played Chopin.
Yeah,
in our combination.
We haven't played Chopin, so the composer who composed 99% of his music dedicated to piano, we still took pieces from this 99% for piano solo, and it still sounds nice. So,
okay.
So I think there really wasn't. We haven't had any piece that turned out to be unplayable in our duo. So that's the good thing about this combination as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. But Karolina, how did you initially start with violin?
I started when I was 3 or 4. So I was a little child, and I started because my parents are also musicians.
Oh.
Yes, and that's why it was quite natural for me. Of course, I started my education when I was 6 at the music school. And
so before that, you just played at your home, it was fun, right?
Yeah. Yes, and then we
met at the university, right? So
But Ivo, and you, what was it about the accordion? I mean, I cannot imagine you were 4 playing the accordion already.
No. I was actually, my mom is a pianist, so I used to play some stuff on her keyboards. And then I thought, okay, I want to go to the music school, but they ran out of places for piano. So they proposed accordion. I don't remember if I was really excited about that, but that was the only choice. But the upside was that we had a great accordion teacher, a very nice person, and that was actually a key. And in the first years, I noticed that it's actually a great instrument, so I stayed with that. But maybe that's why I love to perform music for piano. Maybe I was supposed to be a pianist, you know.
No,
and I ended up playing the accordion. So, but only in this way I can bring something really new to the accordion world, you know. I think.
Yeah, but it's always amazing, these stories, when somebody tells me that this is what I actually wanted to do, but then, you know, there wasn't a place, or I couldn't get there or whatever, and then it turns out it was the right thing to do. I mean,
Yes, in Poland we have a saying that life is the best screenplay writer, you know.
Yeah.
So that's actually true.
Yeah.
If I went for exams in different schools and I would be accepted there, I would be a pianist, and we would probably never meet. So
no, you see, yeah. But now
that's fun.
May I ask? So you're a couple.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love that as well. That's so great, because I'm in love with love. So I thought, I looked at you two and I thought, no, they are definitely a couple.
Yeah, we love that as well.
Oh yeah. So but that is wonderful. I actually spoke to a piano duo as well, they are a couple and they play together. But now this is the question I asked them, and I want to ask you as well. Do you kiss before you start playing a concert?
No. We just have a routine of what do we have? Yeah, of a kick on your butt, you know. just for luck. But that's what we do as musicians. Every musician knows that, so we are no different. Yeah. We do that as well, just, you know, for have a good concert, like break a leg, so we kick each other. You know, so that's it. So no kissing. No.
There's no smooch.
After concert, yes, but before no.
Yeah. No smooching behind the scenes.
Not really. No, not behind. No.
No.
Not so often. No.
Oh, that's wonderful. But so and tell me, what do you do when you don't play the violin and the accordion? What do you do in your free time? Do you have hobbies and things, or are you just?
I have a hobby which is football. Because I was when I was young, I think many boys dream of becoming a soccer player, of becoming a football player. So I was no different. So I play football a lot. I even play in seventh tier of Polish football. Wow. in a league. Yes, in a football club in Warsaw, AKS Zły, which actually won the award for the best amateur club in Europe a few years back.
Congratulations!
In 2009.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm making this little dream come true with playing with fans in the stadium and stuff. They know my name, they chant my names. If I score a goal, it doesn't happen that often, but when it happens, it's even more fun. So that's my hobby. And with Karolina, we love cooking.
Yeah.
That actually was the first thing we started.
First we started
cooking together, and then we started playing.
After 2 years.
After 2 years.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, and what type of food do you like to cook?
Of course, Italian, but also Thai food. It's really
One of our Polish, not so much, because it's
difficult.
It's difficult, and it's more fatty, and it's not really that healthy all the time. So, so we prefer Italian because it's simple, because it contains fresh fruit, fresh vegetables and stuff. So yeah, that's our top.
Oh well, I have a little challenge then for you. Then you can try and figure out some South African dishes. I'm from South Africa. So,
oh my God! We will. South Africa is one of our goal destinations for the coming years. For some concert, we dream of coming there for a long time. So
Oh,
yeah,
but
that would be
that's
actually
wonderful,
amazing to come there.
So you'll have to make a bobotie then. That's a very traditional South African recipe. Yeah, bobotie.
How is it called once again?
Bobotie. I will write you the
Okay.
name. I'm sure you will be able to Google it and make it. Yeah.
Sure, of course. Great. Lovely. But are you now in South Africa? No, you're
No,
in Vienna,
I'm in Vienna. I'm in Vienna. Yeah. But now, guys, tell me, what is your wish for the future?
Karolina, what is your wish for the future? Because I'm searching for it.
Yeah.
What is your wish for the future? Actually, I think we would love to have an opportunity to perform as much as we can
around the world, traveling
in beautiful places,
South
and
Africa as well?
bringing our music to places that has never heard this kind of ensemble, and or doesn't always have a possibility to experience classical music like we did in Asia, where a classical concert are not really that common. So a combination of violin accordion wasn't
in
Cambodia, yes, wasn't really that big of a deal, because they haven't had many concerts altogether of classical music in the past. So, or in Brunei, in Brunei, where we are the first Polish people to perform there in 2019. So that was also exciting. So yes, I think our dream is to maintain good health and stuff like that, to be able to do what we do. That's actually the thing we are dreaming of. Of course, there are some big dreams, but maybe we would jinx it if we would like to share them, everywhere. So of course we have some big dreams, but the real one is the one that I said, that's to be able physically and mentally to perform all over the world.
But let's make the wish that you go to South Africa to perform, and we can make it here. Yeah, because many people who've made wishes here, their wishes have come true. So let's throw that wish out.
Okay, so that is our big dream for the companies, for sure.
And you let me know when you go.
Sure, of course, you'll remember that.
Okay.
For sure.
Now listen, I've started asking artists their favorite place in the area where they go and either eat or drink coffee, or is there a business or a restaurant or something that you want to name?
You're speaking of Warsaw?
Yeah.
Of our place?
Yeah, wherever.
Ah, wherever. Okay.
I don't know.
Because so what did you think? So there is actually a very nice cafeteria. It's like a franchise, which is in Poland and also in Great Britain, I think. Yeah. They are somehow connected. It's Costa. It's Green Cafenero. Yeah. Cafenero in the UK, and it's actually, if you are searching for a good franchise cafeteria, because they are not really that common, you can go there for a great sandwich, for a great coffee. So that's from the things that we could recommend for Poland and for the UK. Yeah. And speaking of some stuff in Warsaw, we have actually wonderful cuisine, wonderful international cuisine. We have a great place just outside our apartment, which is called Viet Street Food, which is a restaurant with Vietnamese kitchen, but it's actually really like in Vietnam. If you go to Vietnam, you will not eat much better than here, really. So that's actually amazing. Yeah. And other stuff that comes to mind, there are so many places in Warsaw. If someone is coming to Warsaw, then he should let us know, and we will tell him the best places to go. But first, you go to the Viet street food here in Warsaw.
Yeah,
It's
because
amazing.
but you know, it's always this thing when somebody says it actually tastes exactly like it does in the same country, then it has to be good, because usually,
Yes.
you know,
yes.
usually every nationality put their spin on traditional food, and so it's always good to have
Yes.
that.
Oh, and the second place, actually, also with Asian cuisine, which we love, is vegan ramen shop, which is also close to our place. They do vegan ramens, but they taste like they are fully meaty, you know. Because I've been to Japan quite a few times, and I also haven't found a better ramen that is here, and it's vegan in Warsaw. So
Okay, I've never heard of a vegan ramen, but yeah, oh really?
That's amazing.
Okay,
That's
guys,
amazing, really.
if you send me the links, then I'll put it on the description of the video. Then if somebody watch it, they can Google it.
Okay,
and go
sure.
and,
We'll do that.
yeah,
Of course,
that'll be
of
great.
course.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But I wish you a wonderful afternoon and all the best with your album and all the rest of the things that you are planning and doing. And may your wish come true that you go to South Africa for a concert. And whenever you come to Vienna, let me know. Then we grab a coffee.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Vienna is actually a place that we love to return to. So
Have you done
so next time we'll be there, we'll surely let you know. Oh, we love the city so much. Yeah.
Have you done a concert?
We could go for a coffee and for a schnitzel. We love schnitzel.
yes.
I love schnitzel.
Yes, I love
it so
schnitzel
much.
too.
So simple, but it's so good. And in Vienna is the best.
Yeah.
Actually, in Vienna we had a concert
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, in the Polish Institute. Right after we came back from Brunei from the concert in Asia, it was actually the day or 2 days after. We were so tired, but the concert was very nice. So next time we'll be in Vienna, we should let you know, and we'll grab a coffee or a schnitzel.
Yes, and I would love to come to your concert as well. So yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you. So all the best for you too, and it was a real pleasure for us to speak to you. We were a bit stressed, but I hope it wasn't to see, and you enjoyed speaking to us as much as we did speaking to you.
Yeah, no, I loved it, and I love what you do, and I really wish you all the best as a couple and as musicians as well.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a lovely afternoon.
Have a lovely afternoon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.